Hi, I'm Professor Richard Keane. I'm a consultant in metabolic bone disease working at the Royal National Orthopaedic Hospital in London. I'm going to talk to you about the importance of your bone health. Now, we know that your bone strength is affected a little bit by, as your muscles get weaker, this will also have an impact on making your bones a little bit weaker as well. We also know that people who are on steroids, these drugs, although they're really helpful to you for your muscle disease, can actually have an impact on, again, making the bones a little bit weaker and therefore being more at risk of actually going on to have a broken bone. So it's important that individuals who are on steroid medicines, or if you're someone who's already had a small cracked bone, that your doctors are aware about that and that they should then be measuring your bone strength with a special scan called a DEXA scan. And this scan should be undertaken on a once-a-year basis, because what it will allow the doctors to do is to monitor how your bones are developing, and if they're not sort of increasing in bone strength in the right way, then we can take some measures to help that. Also, if you're on steroids on a regular basis, then we would be encouraging people to also have an X-ray of their back taken on a once-a-year basis, because this will again allow the doctors to see if there's any sort of damage to the backbones related to the steroid treatment. And again, if we find that, we can take some action. So one other important thing for looking after your bones is what you eat, and we know that calcium is really important for your bone strength. So we'd encourage anyone with Duchenne's, and particularly people on steroids, to ensure they have a really good intake of calcium in their diet. This can be taking foods such as milk, cheese and yogurts, which have a high source of calcium, but also other foods such as green vegetables and sort of foods, things that contain flour, because flour has calcium added, can also really help improve your bone strength. Another important vitamin is vitamin D. This vitamin really helps your body absorb calcium and make sure it goes into the bones. There's also some data that vitamin D might also help by making your muscles a little bit stronger. So we'd encourage all people to actually be on a small vitamin D supplement that you take on a regular basis. This could be a small tablet or can even be in a liquid formulation if you find swallowing a little bit difficult. Now, in people that have had a broken bone, perhaps of their legs or maybe in their arms, or if the doctors have found on the x-rays at the back there's a small bit of damage to the backbones, then we would encourage you to then be on some medicines to make your bones a little bit stronger. These medicines can be either a tablet or a liquid, which you'd only have to take on a weekly basis, or if you find swallowing the tablets difficult, then you can have the medicine given as a small injection, which could either be given on a once or twice a year basis. So it's not as though you'd be having to attend hospitals on too regular a number of visits to actually have that sort of medicine. And these medicines will make your bones stronger, they will protect the bones, and they'll make them less likely that you'll then have a broken bone in the future. So in summary, your bone health is really important. You can do important things like ensuring you have a good intake of calcium in your diet, taking a vitamin D supplement, and your doctors will be monitoring your bone strength with scans and x-rays, and if they feel it's appropriate, they will be giving you medicines to make the bone stronger. Thank you very much for your attention.